everyone, my name is Fidela Sabina. I am a first year student of accounting in Setia Sutatmaja, Subang. In this video, I will explain about non-performing loan or NPL. Everyone, have you ever seen a house being auctioned like this? This happens because the owner is unable to repay their debt to the bank. This condition is called payment default or non-performing loan or NPL. Non-performing loan or NPL is a loan that is in default due to the fact that the borrower or debtor has not made scheduled payment for the specified period. The specified period varies depending on the industry or the type of loan, but generally the specified period is 90 days and NPL ratio in financial institution is typically below 5%. However, if it exceeds 5%, it means that the percentage of non-performing loan is higher than that of performing loans. For NPL issues in Indonesia, I took the case of BRI Bank facing NPL problems in 2024. PT Bank Rakyat Indonesia or BRI said that currently it is facing serious challenges related to worsening the loan or non-performing loan in the micro sector, so that the current priority is to improving the asset quality of micro, small, and medium enterprises or MSME sector in the future. BRI President Director Sunarso revealed that although economic conditions are starting to improve, but the effect of the pandemic are still felt, especially in the MSME sector, where more than 80% of BRI portfolio is not doing well due to the COVID-19 pandemic. For information, in the first semester of 2024, the BRI microsector has recorded NPL at the level of 2.95%. This figure was worsened from the same period the previous year, which was at the level of 2.23%. However, BRI has recorded a significant increase in profit in recent years. Namely, in 2021, profit is reached 30 trillion Indonesian rupiah, and in 2022, 51 trillion Indonesian rupiah, and in 2023 it will be 60 trillion Indonesian rupiah. Sunarso said the profit could be higher, but BRI chose to back up some of its profits to anticipate the risk of undermining credit in post-pandemic microsector. To overcome this deterioration, Sunarso said the BRI had taken strategic steps, including tightening risk acceptance criteria and focusing on improving asset quality. The reason why NPL could occur, the first reason is poor financial planning by the debtors. Prior to approval, the financial institution conduct credit application eligibility, including debt service ratio analysis, which is to find out how much debt the prospective debtors has compared to their income. However, in the process, after obtaining approval, sometimes debtors experience conditions that are beyond their control or are unable to manage finance properly, thus potentially causing a bad loans. Talking about financial planning, it would be nice if the debtor could analyze the need to borrow according to their ability to pay. For example, if you need funds of 70 million Indonesian rupiah for home renovation costs, you just need to borrow only in that nominal range, not far from required costs. The second reason is debt for consumptive needs. Consumptive needs at this time have the meaning of borrowing to fulfill mere prestige, which is actually not included in the financial priority. Indeed, the needs of each individual are different, but however, it is better to take debt or apply for a loan for productive purpose, such as investment or the business capital needs. Through productive activities, the debtor will have possibility to gain profits from their business activities that can use to repay their debt. The third reason is natural disaster or pandemic, unexpected event, destabilize financial stability. The cause of BRI facing NPL problems in 2024 is due to lingering of effect of pandemic COVID-19, especially in the MSMEs or micro, small, and medium enterprises sector. How does NPL could impact? The first impact of NPL is difficulty obtaining loan from other financial institution. Financial institution, including financing companies, will always check the credit history of prospective debtors whether they are eligible to be financed or not. If the prospective debtors has credit collectibility in special mention or DPK, it may still have the opportunity to get loan, but that must be with certain condition. From the company side, The greater the non-performing loan will also affect the company's performance. For finance companies or startups engaged in online loans, for example, an NPL of 5% is quite large. If the percentage is not maintained well enough, or even exceeds that number, the company will have difficulty in obtaining funding from the creditors, such as banks or other parties, because again, the creditors are less able to trust that the investment funds will be managed optimally by the debtor. The second impact is higher fines and interest. Financial institutions will impose fines for debtors who are late in paying installment within the specified deadline. In addition, several financial institutions will also charge the higher interest rate than the initial interest rate for financing application if there is a delay in installment payments. With these two conditions, instead of mitigating, it will increase the burden on debtors in paying debts. In nominal terms, it will be bigger and at the same time get a bad credit history. The third impact of NPL is difficulty in getting a mortgage. In addition to the difficulty getting loan, another impact of non-performing loan is the debtor will find it difficult to apply for a mortgage to the bank. Prospective debtors with a poor credit history have a greater probability of default than those with current credit history. How BRI solve this problem? BRI actively monitoring credit quality and adopt early warning system to detect the potential of credit problems as early as possible. BRI also strengthened the recovery team to manage non-performing loan more quickly and efficiently. In addition to improving the credit quality, BRI is also still preparing adequate reserve with NPL coverage of 215.44%. BRI has implemented various risk mitigation measures ranging from selective growth, proactive credit monitoring, backup strengthening, to problematic credit settlements carried out with collaborative with consumers. That's all from me. If you need more information about non-performing loan, you can read this article. I'm Fidelia Sabina. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.